As we get ready for another day of training here at Skyrose Ranch, I was thinking, kind of reflecting on yesterday and some of the things that we talked about. And one of the things we talked about, and we talk about often in our programs, is this idea, the understanding, the belief that one of the responsibilities we have is not just teaching or training, but it's supporting. It's being there for people that need help. And it's amazing to me how many people do need help that just never reach out for help. There are people there that want to help. There are those who are encouraged to help and looking for times to help and opportunities to help. And yet they don't know how badly people are hurting. They don't know what people are going through necessarily. And so it's hard to help those who don't let you know that they need help. And you reach out and you do your best, but often you just don't know. It reminded me of a story, and I tell war stories sometimes. I don't have a lot of them, but share the ones I do have. Our battalion, 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, was part of the initial invasion into Iraq, and we pushed north, and a bunch of stuff happened during that time. But eventually we did get to Baghdad. That was our goal. And when we got into Baghdad, we went into the middle of the night. It was a crazy time, and a bunch of crazy stuff happened. And finally, after several hours, our battalion got to the objective that we were moving toward. It was a palace on the north side of the Tigris River there in Baghdad, and we were able to push in there, but we were still encountering just an incredible attack from the enemy there, and they were coming, and it was now daytime, and we were dealing with all of that, and things unfold, and I remember things the way I remember them, and I think I remember them mostly accurate. But one thing I will not forget, we were doing what we were doing and defending our position and trying to get set, and all of that was happening. And word came that the enemy fighters there were mounting a counterattack kind of one street beyond where we were. So there was a street in front of us, there was a row of buildings and houses and other things, and then right behind that is where they were. And we were getting ready for that. We had heard about that. We were getting ready for that. And then one of our 4 air controllers, who was with our battalion, was able to get on the radio with the pilot of an A-10. And if you've ever seen an A-10, a lot of you probably have. It's a plane, of course, and it has a cannon right in the middle of it, right in the nose cone of it, and it's an incredible thing. And if you've ever heard one fire, you will not forget it. But he got on the radio with that pilot, and that pilot was on station, Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, and he came in, and again, as I remember it, he flew in one time to figure out where those enemy soldiers were, where that position was, and he flew out, did it a second time, and the third time he came in and took care of that counterattack that was happening, and it never happened. And it's an amazing thing. The guys who call for things like that and ask for that kind of help in the military, they get awards. They're heroes, right? Because they had the ability to see a situation and to understand a situation that they couldn't control, but they knew that there was someone outside of themselves who could help them, who could give them the control and give them the help that they needed to be victorious. And again, in the military, we give people awards for things like that. My belief, my understanding, what I've learned doing this work and just being around people, and even personally, is that somehow we get this idea in our minds that if we ask for help, we're weak. If we ask for help, people are going to think poorly of us. If we ask for help, it's because we're not capable. Really, heroes are people who call for fire support. Heroes are people who call for air support. Heroes are people who understand I can't do it on my own, but I still want to win. And in order to win, I'm going to have to get someone outside of myself and outside of my situation to come in and help me. Heroes call for support. And I love that lesson, and man, it's a moment in time I'll never forget, but one that I hope to apply to my life. When I'm in those moments of struggle, and I'm in those moments of difficulty, and I'm in those moments of trial, do the very best that I can, but look for those who can help me. Call for support. And I don't know what you're going through. If you're going through something, you know someone who's going through something, but don't do it on your own. You don't have to do it on your own. There are people standing, waiting, ready to help. If you'll just get on the radio and say, I need you here, they'll be there for you. Call for support, and you'll come out on the other side victorious.